Hi everyone, this is Disha, and in this video we are going to learn about functions in Python. So, what do you mean by a function? A function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. Using functions makes the code a lot more organized, clean, and easy to understand. Functions also help to make your code modular, readable, and reusable. Means think of it like a little machine. You give it input, it does its thing, and then it gives you an output. Now, let's go through with the syntax. We start with the keyword def for defining a function, then function name. Inside parentheses, we add parameters, then there is a colon, then there is a code block where you will write the task which you want to do, then return output. Using keyword return, we return the output whenever we call the function name. Okay, now function name, the name you use to call the function, parameters, input values that the function can accept, return sends the result back to the caller. Now we start with the function which is without any parameters. Simply write the def keyword for defining a function, then function name, that is greet, then parenthesis, then after colon, then the task which you want to do, like I want to print hello world. Means whenever I call this function greet, it simply prints hello world. This function is called greet, and when you call it, it prints hello world. See, when I call this function greet, it prints hello world. Now, again, when you call this function greet, it simply prints hello world. Now, modify this function for taking name as a parameter. Write the keyword def for defining a function, then function name, then inside parenthesis, we add parameter name, then colon, then print hello, comma, name. Then when we call this function greet, giving a string as a value to the parameter name, it simply prints hello Disha, hello, and name stores the value Disha, so it simply prints hello Disha. Now, when you again call this function greet, giving another string as value C, it prints hello John. Now, function with return values. Write a function that takes an integer as input and return its square. Now let's create a function that takes a number and return its square. So write the keyword def for defining a function, then function name, square number, then parameter, that number, then colon, then after another variable which is store square of the number, then return m. See, when you call this function square number and pass value as input, then see it returns 36, which is the square of 6. Now, when you call this function square number again, giving 5 as input, it returns 25. Means square number is returning the square of this number n. Now, let's do the another question. Write a function that checks whether an integer is even and returns true if it is or false otherwise. Now, write the keyword def, then function name is even, then parameter n, then colon, then inside we check if n is divisible by 2 is equal to 0, then return true. Means if we divide n by 2 and it gives remainder as 0, then simply return true. Means this number is even. Now, otherwise, return false. Return false. Call this function is even and pass input like 9. See, it returns false. Means 9 is not an even number. Then when you call this function again is even, pass 4, then it returns true, means 4 is an even number. Just do the recap. Functions are blocks of code that performs a specific task. Means you can see is even, square number, greet. These all are the functions and they are just doing the some specific task. You define a function with the keyword def. Function can accept parameters and return values. Functions can be called multiple times, making your code more reusable and organized. Means we have called these functions is even, square number, greet multiple times for doing the task. Now, this is a question. Write a function to convert temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit for your practice, and it is the formula which is already given, and we will meet in next one.